Hey everybody, Sarah Grillo here. So I'm going to look at what the real cost is of the CFA exam. So let's say that I'm taking the CFA exam in June. So I could still get in on the early registration. That would be $650 until like a few weeks from now, September 21st. Okay, so that's $650 right there, okay? For just so that you can sit there for the exam. There are a few things that go along with it, but like mock exams and a study planner. But I always bought additional ones because I found the mock exams to be extremely limited when I took mine. So then you need to prepare for it. So let's say that I went and I got the premium package from Schwezer. So right now it's selling for $9.89. I don't know what that would be with tax. Probably a little bit more than that. Now sometimes your employer will pay for this, sometimes not. So what that's going to give you, the $989, is that you're going to get a, excuse me folks, I've been a little bit sick. Oh my goodness gracious. So if you were to take the instruction package, which live online weekly class, $989. Okay, and then, or if you went in the classroom, it would be $12.59. Yeah, I remember that. That was about how much it costs. And then that gives you the Schwezer notes, the quick sheet. This is on Schwezer website, by the way. 6 full-length practice exams. That's good because that's actually what I recommend. I recommend taking 3 exams twice. So actually that's even more than what I recommend, so that'll cover it. But yeah, definitely, those practice exams are critical. Study calendar, QBank, question bank. Yeah, and you know, my experience has been these question banks are good. I think it's good because then you can really spot study, like you can focus right in. So, but that's going to run you, the study materials will run you, and then to actually sit in the exam, to sit for the online instruction would be, that's a lot. Okay, so that's $1,000. That would cover everything. So let's say that you just did the essentials package though, which was the QBanks, the notes, practice exams, instructor-led office hours, but not, the essentials does not cover any weekly instruction. But that does give you 6 full exams, so that's pretty good. That would be another $649, or the Schwezer Notes package, let's say that would, okay, so that would be 3 full exams. That would, if you, going according to my instructions, if you took the exam and photocopied it and then took it twice, okay, 3 exams taking it twice, because like you're not going to remember word for word what every question was on the exam, especially if you took it like 3 weeks ago. So you can take an exam twice, but you just have to have a clean copy of it. So, okay, let's say that you did the Schwezer Notes package. That would be $379, but that's no instruction, no QBank. Okay, so the essentials package, I don't actually see that much of an advantage here, to tell you the truth, over the Schwezer Notes package. So let's say that you bought the Schwezer Notes package. Now, most people, when they take a class, it's because the company is paying. Some companies like Goldman have in-house training programs for the exam when they hire an instructor to come in and teach on site. That's just because they're a factory and they're a machine, and they, like, you're an analyst working there, you got to pass it and that's it. So they help you out with it. They know how busy the people are that work there. But the Schwezer Notes package, by the way, I would go with, let's say I went with that, okay, so that's like add another $379 in, okay? That's $379. But keep in mind that that's also, you are at a competitive disadvantage versus the other people that are in these training programs, either through their classes or that have paid on their own. So then let's look at the text instruments. Like you got to get a TI-82. This is, I mean, I remember when I bought it, it was like, if there's the graphing one, I don't know. I think the graphing ones are not allowed. Is it still the TI-82 calculator? I don't even know. But let's say you have to have some kind of a, yeah, okay. The calculator, oh my goodness, is this $65 now? I don't think it was that much when I took it. TI-82 graphing calculator? No, that must not be right. That must not be. It must be this one, Texas Instruments. The one, it was not graphing. Okay, now Quill is trying to get me to sign up for stuff, and I'm just trying to look at this. Get close. Okay, scientific calculator. Whatever. Let's say, okay, let's say like $15.99. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, and then let's say I need a pack of number 2 pencils. That would run me, yeah, you could, that's going to be like, let's say $2.79, right? So if I do the sum total here, then, now by the way, some people like to buy more than one calculator. So actually, let's put another calculator on there because I think you can bring 2 into the exam. Oh yeah, and then there's the cost of like your meal that day because you can never bring food. Or can you bring food? No, they don't have lockers there, so you can't bring food. You're gonna have to buy it. So that's like, let's say another $15. It's gonna cost you money to get there. So like in New York, that would be about $5 to ride the subway. And then while you're studying, you know, I mean, there's like paper and pens and things, but let's just assume that you can use those for other things, or that you use scrap paper or something like that. There's the cost of electricity when you're studying. But the biggest thing is, and I'm going to actually write this out here, that many people neglect when they are studying for the CFA exam is the cost of your time. So let's say that you study for 270 hours. Now, as an educated person, the kind of person that takes this exam is normally someone who at least has some, I don't know if you even can take it unless you have some college accomplished. You know, the people that take this tend to be educated people, somewhat. So let's say that you'd earn at least $25 an hour if you had a part-time job, or if you even worked more at your job. Let's say you would generate $25 an hour of increased value to the company if you worked 270 hours more at your job. I mean, that's no insignificant amount of time. So if you're putting in 270 hours, that's kind of like you working your full-time job and then a time and a half. Like that's like you working your full-time job and then a half of another job, right, at your same job. So chances are you would come into some money as a result of that. You'd be getting a raise or a promotion if you did that. I'm honestly saying that. Or if you put that time to a part-time job, you would earn at least $25 an hour. That's what a nanny earns here in New York. They earn $25 an hour. So that would be, by the way, just want to take into account that 270 hours you're investing at $25 an hour would be about $6,000. So when you total it up here, what you have is between the pencils, excuse me, I'm sorry, I've been sick, the pencils, the 2 calculators, cost to register for the exam, the Schwezer materials, which I didn't even buy the complete package, I bought the cheapest one, basically one that's just going to give you the practice exams and then some basic things after that. That was not really, that was like the Schwezer, like basically the basic Schwezer notes package. That's all that was. And then the cost of eating that day, getting to the exam, and the time invested in studying, and don't forget that time is pretty significant. The cost is actually over $7,000 if you really do it out. So just want to tell all of you that if you are thinking, well, this is just something I'm going to do and then see if I pass or not, first of all, get determined here, okay? You need to be a little bit more determined about it because this is like a $7,000 investment in monetary terms. First of all, and then second of all, if you're not monetizing this, you should look at the money that you are wasting essentially. That is $7,000 down the drain. If you, I mean, heck, even if you took the exam, at least get some money back out of that. Like, go to your employer and go get a promotion. Say, look, I took the exam, I studied it, I didn't pass, but you know, this is what I accomplished, I learned. get some money out of it, get a promotion or a raise as a result, or get another job, or if you're a career change and get into the industry, get hired for bigger paycheck, get something out of this. But just to let you know, like $7,000, especially if you're like taking the exam over and over again because you're failing, is not an insignificant amount of money. Do it. Let me know how it goes, what your progress is. Folks, this is way more expensive than it appears. So you really need to make a return on that investment. I can help you to do that. If you have any questions, then let's talk, okay? Thanks, everybody.